Yeah, it's something I think about all the time. I think what one advantage we have is like did not come from the sports betting industry. And a lot of people that work at Sporttrade didn't initially come from the sports betting industry. Um, my honest view is that vast majority of the sports betting industry takes the screw the customer approach, and I find it, yeah, I find that it is so inconsistent with the like every thread of fabric of Sporttrade's existence. Like it's all about, well, if I can just get slapped together this like crappy sports betting app, the whole like it's a Trojan horse for ultimately like online casino, or it's a when we see all these like mega high margin products that are being pushed to players when you turn on the TV, and it's like I have no interest in any of that. And if like Sporttrade has to do like some of those things like online casino, like I just don't know if I'm interested in like continuing to be here. Like that's just the way I think a lot of us feel. And I think what we realize is like sports betting is for the vast majority of people a ton of fun. It's not going to go anywhere. And it's like it's like this. Like if you think about a stock trader for a second, like my sister, I tell the story all the time. Like it's the pandemic. She's sitting at home. She's like, Alex, I just got this amazing idea. Everyone's going to buy pets during the pandemic. So I'm going to buy Chewy, the stock I just found from Robinhood. And she does it. And she's like, $500 and boop, just like order accepted. Great price. And I'm like, oh man, all the protections that go into like, talk about someone that could be taken advantage of. Like she might have been 90 days late to this realization that, people are going to be staying at home for a long period of time and they may want to buy a pet. But she got the best price in the US at that moment in time, right? And you take a sports bettor, right? That could be as square, as uninformed, right? Is the euphemism. I like that word. Longer term view, right? Potentially, although I don't know how long term this view is. My sister buying Chewy, just to put that out there. I think she wanted to buy some dresses for her bridesmaids at her upcoming wedding, which was ultimately going to be in 2020, but she moved it back because of the pandemic. Take that version of a sports bettor. They all exist. They don't get any of those projections at all. Like they may only be using one venue, which has the worst price at that moment in time. That's so backwards to me. And the idea is, and the industry is full of these people. It's just a general screw the customer attitude. Who cares? They're betting. And I just like find that like, yeah, there's like a life mission in there to like basically eviscerate all those people from a professional sense off the earth because like they're horrible. And provide the customer with like, no. Like whatever reason you wanted to buy the Cincinnati Bengals or bet the Cincinnati Bengals, you should get the best price in the US because there's still going to be enough profit margin if it's taxed and regulated in a common sense way for the end counterparty of that transaction. That's what I believe. I am like fanatical. I am like so obsessed with reducing the cost of a sports bet to near zero. Yeah. And essentially what ends up happening is, I have this passion, I think, for like providing the best customer experience, but just erasing this, like the mentality that like countless people in the industry have of that they only exist because there's such fat margin. Like it's almost like the Tesla car dealership thing. You just want to eliminate that line of business forever.
Yeah.
And you could listen to that and say like, okay, so Alex is like sort of, he's driven by this thing and like, it's for the customer. And it's also like this like competitive aspect and competitive edge I think I have of like, I just hear the way a lot of people in the industry talk about treating the player and who cares, and they don't care about price and they're not price sensitive. And I just think that like, yes, at the end of the day, is sports betting a positive sum game? No, but it in itself can be a heck of a lot better because, and it's not that at the end of the day, every single customer should care about price. My sister doesn't know about NBBO. If she had made that stock trade 25 years ago, she indeed could have gotten a worse price, and she never would have known about it. Yeah. It's not the reason that NBBO was passed. It wasn't because every single participant is going to care about every single tick. The SEC never said that. They said, look, There's people in this world that are going to extract value from others, and there's people that are going to give those value to those people. Let's protect those that are going to give the value, and let's make those that are going to extract the value compete for every last microsecond and every last fraction of a penny. That's just the way every electronic ecosystem should operate. And to me, sports betting should be no different.